Hey, hey, hey.
Hey. How's it going there, Dougie?
We're live.
We are live. This is show number 4, True Rock Live, show number 4. How you feeling
Episode 4.
about that? Episode 4. Show, whatever you want to call it. How you doing, Dougie?
I'm good. How are you today, Kreig?
Doing all right. Look okay over here?
Yeah, you look good. You look good. By yourself, though. I see your wife will not be joining us today.
She will not be joining us, unfortunately, today. She actually has some music that she's working on tonight. So, she's going to go ahead and be working on that. I probably won't see her until tomorrow morning. But, yeah. So,
cool.
Good things.
Cool.
We've got a good show here tonight. We've got some pretty interesting people that are going to be on. Hello from Nashville, Jeff Parker. How you doing? Tonight, we've got BEASTO BLANCO coming on. We've got CALICO Cooper. Calico is Alice Cooper's daughter, or actually, Calico is the daughter of Alice Cooper. That's what we just said Anyway, Calico is going to be on. I believe Chuck Garric is going to be on, and I believe Brother Latham is going to be on with us also. So it should be a pretty interesting show. We're going to have them on a little bit later. But in the meantime, how's it been going, Doug?
It's good. With this damn virus and shit being locked up in the house,
Yeah, it hasn't been fun. But over here, let me tell you, I can't remember the last time I've done so many home improvement projects in the house. I think if this goes on another couple of weeks, we're going to probably have a second floor built on. We're going to have
cool.
We'll have an
Olympic. You just
pool.
moved in that house too. You've been doing a lot of work.
Man. Yeah, we'll have an Olympic pool in the backyard. I think maybe guest quarters. Shoot, you name it. This thing goes on, another couple months. We're going to be set. We're not going to go anywhere. It's going to be great. But Doug, tell everybody about the music that you really enjoyed in the 70s. I know that you really love a lot of those 70s love songs and the light rock. And so this is a little bit of a stretch for you. But hey, everybody's entitled.
I'm sorry. Can the camera see this?
The camera can see that.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you noticed what I was giving you there, the sign.
I saw that.
Smart ass.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know how it is. But tonight, I'm excited to be able to speak with the three of them tonight. I actually had the opportunity to interview them for our magazine, for True Rock Revival magazine. I believe it was in July or August of 2018. So it's been a couple of years since we spoke. But let me tell you, it was a great time with them. You never know what any of them are going to say, but it was very, very memorable, to say the least. And I'm sure a lot of their fans that are checking in can definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, I checked out 3 of their videos today. They were pretty wild.
Yeah, they're a great band. But anyway, tonight, want to talk, start off a little bit with some of the latest quarantine updates. I'm sure everybody is very eager to get out, get back to their work, their profession, whatever they're doing. I sure am. I don't, want to stay in the house too much longer. But hey, it is what it is. But today, if you believe the reports, it says that there's been 1,827 COVID-related deaths and 42,402 official, and I'm going to put that in quotes, official cases, and this is all in Florida. So take it with a grain of salt. I don't know, how accurate that is, but personally, I've got the skinny on this, and these numbers may be a little bit, let's just say, quote unquote, again, enhanced. So just take it for whatever it is. How many of you out there are actually wearing masks when you go out? That's what I want to know. I want to know how many are actually wearing masks. If you South Floridians that go shopping at Publix, going to Target, how many of you guys are actually wearing the mask when you go out?
You can't go in the stores without them now. Publix,
Publix, you can.
No, Publix has a big sign that you can't walk. I don't think the last 3 or 4 times I've been to the store, I haven't seen anybody walking without a mask.
No, the one over by my house, you can go there without a mask as long as you're, adhering to their social distancing policies. you'll get some strange looks. I found out that, you go in there without a mask, you will be in and out of there before anybody. You get to that register, you go ahead and just cough a little bit. They turn around, they see you don't have a mask. They just welcome you to just get right in front. It's great. It's awesome.
Terrific.
So, so I'm in there. I'm usually in and out of there in like 10 minutes.
Well, you just go up to the front of the line and start coughing. That's all.
That's what I do. But I want to know how many people are actually still doing that. What about if you go outside and exercise? I still see a lot of people that are, jogging around town or on their bikes wearing the masks. I used to, chuckle about that a little bit. Now, it's just becoming, very, very common. So I really don't, don't really pay much attention to that. But, but it's going to be interesting to see how things are when everything opens up again soon. Here we are tonight, True Rock Revival, live. Let's talk about some music. Anybody that wants to call in and talk about some, up and coming bands that are out there that they want to see, that they have seen, feel free to call in. Our phone number to call in tonight is 754-704-5258. So if anybody wants to come in and get on the phone, we'll go ahead and talk to you about that. What else is going around around town here? Let's talk about this unemployment fiasco. I know a lot of people that have applied for employment and haven't seen any of the benefits from that yet. I know it's been a real hassle just to go online and try to get through, try to actually register for it. I've heard from a lot of friends that have been on there. They just keep on getting kicked out. Sometimes it's been taking them a week, just to get through, just to finalize their registration. Then 5-6 weeks later, they're getting a notification that they've been denied. And then they call up and they're on hold for 7 or 8 hours. Or some of them are getting in their car. They're sleeping in their car outside the unemployment office to try to get in line to get some answers over there. But it's absolutely insane. Hopefully this doesn't go on too much longer. But if it does, I'm hoping that they straighten this mess out, because there's a lot of people out there that really need this. At this point, how you been doing, Doug?
Yeah, same old. Like I said, stuck in the house, trying to get out. We're all our shows are remote now, so no live music anywhere in South Florida. Sort of sucks.
Yeah, it does. Hopefully it comes back soon. I don't want to see social distancing in the crowd, but I think that's going to be the new norm for a little while. Unfortunately, we're going to just have to, it's going to just be a wait and see game.
Driving concerts. That's what it's going to be. Instead of driving movies, driving concerts.
Yeah, driving. If you got some extra cash lying around, Doug, you might want to invest in a drive-in movie theater. I think they're going to be making a comeback.
There's a couple still down here in South Florida.
Yeah. If you want to go to those, got to get something that's first class. I know how you work.
Yeah.
You'll go ahead and really class that place up. Put a stage up in front. You go ahead and do some live concerts in there. Bring it.
That's what we do.
Bring it.
That's what we do over here at Livestream.
Yeah. So, anybody wants to call in, tell us what you've been doing to try to avoid going absolutely insane from all this at my house. My wife and I, we've been playing a little bit of Netflix roulette. If anybody has some, some good shows to recommend, I'm all for it. I think we've seen, most of them at this point. We've seen Ozark. My God, what else have we seen? God, the list goes on. Kim's Convenience, funny show. Upload, new show that just came out. That was, pretty interesting. That was pretty cool. I know, Doug, you're partial to porn. So any good porns out there right now?
Nothing that nothing to write home about. It's all the same shit.
Nothing you don't want to shoot your shit about it?
No, definitely don't want to shoot my shit about it. That's
yeah.
You're a funny guy today, Mr. March. You know that?
Yeah. So hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah. But usually we do the show from Doug's studio. But unfortunately, right now, that's not going to be, that's not going to be an option for a little while. So we're doing this remotely. This is actually our second show that we've done in this fashion. So I think we got some of the kinks out of it last week. Hopefully, it goes a little bit smoother tonight. Because when we bring on BEASTO BLANCO in a little while, I want to make sure that goes off without a hitch.
So, hey, you want to take a phone call?
Yeah, bring it on.
I got Kevin on the line.
Kevin.
Right? Yeah. Hey, Kevin, are you there?
I'm here, Doug.
Hey, how you doing? Man? Good,
Great to
good.
hear your voice.
Thank you. Thank you. How you doing, man? How's you and your family doing good in this crazy world we living in right now?
Trying to hang in there.
Yeah, I get it. So
It's
what's up, man?
real rough out there.
What can we do
It's
for?
I got to tell you some stuff, Doug. It's a rough world out there. This
Let's hear it.
unemployment stuff. If you got time to hear me rave about unemployment, do you mind?
Sure. We got a couple of minutes. We got some guests calling in any minute, but sure, shoot the shit while we're waiting for them to call in.
Let's hear it.
You know, unemployment, man. It's like I lost my job on March 20th. Independent contractor working for a independent guy that still owes me money called Impact Publicity, and he wrote me a bad check and tried to cash the check, stop payment on it, and that's just another story behind it. And in the meantime, I applied for unemployment back on March 22nd. 5 weeks later, I get an email from unemployment saying you're ineligible. Why am I ineligible? Because I'm an independent contractor, and I applied before April 5th. Who the heck knew that you couldn't apply before April 5th? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Trying to apply before April 5th.
Well,
So had to reapply again.
Didn't they change the rules for this, that independent contractors should go right through?
Nope, doesn't go right through. It was all this gossip and BS that you saw all over social media was not true. You have to go through the PUA. To go through the PUA, you have to be ineligible, get a PUA link back from unemployment, apply for PUA. They want your whole life to get the PUA, and you're supposed to get $600 a week. You're supposed to get, part of the unemployment fund because you're an independent contractor. So you don't work for the, you're not paying unemployment taxes. It's all through the state. So the PUA is not through the state. It's the Trump fund that he developed and came up with. So I reapplied again, still pending for weeks and weeks. I cannot get an answer. Their phone numbers that you try to call, that's all bogus. You try to get through, you can't. The 833 number, the 800 number. If you get somebody on the phone, they can't help you because they don't work for the government. They're independent contractors. So all they could do is reset your PIN code. And it's just getting a little crazy out there, man. It's, people are going to be killing themselves. This is going to be a street battle soon.
Well, hopefully it doesn't, reach that point.
Yeah, we don't want anarchy in the streets. I mean, this thing's going to blow over soon. It can't last it can't last that much longer.
Hopefully.
They said things are opening next week. They're open slowly, 50% this, 50% that, trying to get things open. As the numbers are rising, they're trying to scare everybody to death that the numbers are going up. But those numbers are going up because the people are older, 70, 80, 90 years old.
Well, the numbers go up also. The more people you test, of course, the more numbers are going to go up. Right. I mean, that's, it's just common sense.
Right now, to keep myself busy, I've been driving Uber and Uber Eats and hustling out there trying to make money. And people don't realize we're giving a service out there for Uber and Uber Eats. And a lot of people don't even want to tip you. They think that you're getting that $5 delivery fee for the food, from McDonald's. You're getting $3.42. Uber's taking the other dollar, 60.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that, and they want you to walk up 5 flights to their apartment and deliver that for $3.
How many hours a day are you doing that?
I'm doing Uber Eats about 10 hours a day to survive.
Wow.
And it was good for the first few weeks until everybody started jumping on board and trying to become an Uber driver. So and when I first started with Uber, I'm sorry?
What were you doing before this?
I was working for an independent company called Impact Publicity, for Pollo Tropical. He's the marketing firm for Pollo Tropical. And I was with him for 3 years.
And what'd you do there?
And basically, I was the marketing assistant for him. I handled all his brand ambassadors, all his grand openings, all of his events, all of his marketing, hiring, firing, setups, and so on. I did everything for him. And basically right now I'm sitting on a nice bad check I can't cash, which is kind of crazy. Went to the bank, and basically the bank said insufficient funds quite a few times. Went back to the bank again today to try to cash it. And they said, stop payment on that check. Okay. So
hold
sitting on a check in my...
Okay, hold on here. Okay, so you worked for this guy. You got fired or laid off because of the COVID, right?
Correct.
Okay, and now you've been driving Uber Eats to try to make things just try to make ends meet. and then this guy gives you a check that he owed you, and you go to cash the check, and he put a stop payment on the check, and meanwhile you're still waiting to hopefully get unemployment compensation.
Correct. All the above. And when I try to reach, the owner of the company,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just the whole situation is really fucked up. Do you have any legal recourse against this guy for putting a stop payment on the check?
I'm going to reach out to his peers, which
if there's any attorneys out there listening, please chime in,
because this is crazy. Going to the bank 5-6 times trying to cash a check, that was owed to me back in March, and 2 months later, we stopped payment on the check. That's money owed to me. I busted my butt working for this guy that final week, got everything done he needed done. Then on top of it, this guy tells me he lost the contract that he had. That's not true. He still has the contract.
Can you say his name or the name of the company?
Absolutely. His name's Jack Wolf, and Impact Publicity, and it's with Pollo Tropical.
You broke up there. You broke up a little bit. What's his name?
His name is Jack Wolf,
okay.
And he's the owner of Impact Publicity for Pollo Tropical.
Impact Publicity for Pollo Tropical. All right, everybody remember that.
And basically, you don't do that to somebody. You don't.
Is there anybody else that you can speak to? Does Pollo Tropical do they have any responsibility for you to get paid?
Well, I tried to reach out to them today, but they've actually had to let go 85% of their office. So there's like nobody working there that I know anymore.
So
they didn't furlough them. They let them all go.
So they're not going to help you out either. So it's basically.
No, they're not.
So it's
I'm basically sitting on a rubber check.
Yeah. So it's you against him. So there's really nothing you can do right now.
I'm sitting on that check, and I'm waiting for some magic money to go in my account from unemployment. So, in the meantime, I'm driving 600 miles a week to try to make $600 to survive.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of other people that are, in similar situations, and it really sucks.
Absolutely. And, Uber's not a bad thing. It's, we thank God it's there for people. But, I appreciate you guys taking a complaint call, because this is great. I want to get it out there all over social media. There is people out there that are good. There's people out there that are bad. And, when you think you know someone and you work for them, you really don't.
Go on here, send us a message, and we'll go ahead and float it out there. We'll float it out there. But,
perfect. Perfect.
But Kevin, while you're driving around, you listen to any Beasto Blanco?
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good.
Yep.
I think the appropriate song for what's going on with you right now is probably Grind. I think that's probably the appropriate song for what's going on with you. And what's
absolutely.
That's amazing.
I love that song right because, I'm grinding 24/7, and it's crazy out there, crazy. And you could tell the Uber drivers on the streets, because they're all making illegal U-turns and whipping in front of you. You probably see them also. I mean, they're trying to get to that location and try to hopefully get a tip. But I understand why people aren't tipping, because they're probably waiting on unemployment also.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
So, yeah.
Fortunately, I guess fortunately right now I'm not dealing with a lot of traffic. Doing a lot of work, doing a lot of work here from the house, and still, still doing some other things during the day. But yeah, I feel for you, man. I feel for you. That's that's rough. But if you have any legal recourse against this guy, I would definitely look into it. Maybe there's
I'm definitely looking into it. And if anybody out there is listening, or they want to, get in touch with me, I would love that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, maybe there's an attorney that's listening tonight that can go ahead and give a little bit of advice. If there is, somebody, please, let us know, because this is wrong, especially with what's going on now. Everybody's trying to, everybody's just trying to, put some food on the table right now in their homes, and I don't see it getting any better, soon. And with what's going on tonight, we're going to talk to the band, see what's going on with them, get their thoughts, and we'll go ahead and catch up with them. And looks like
absolutely.
Looks like we've got brother on the line right now. We've got Mr. Latham on the line. Should we bring him on now? What do you think?
Looks like he's sitting down, getting ready in front of the camera.
He's sitting down, adjusting
Yeah,
himself.
he's making himself look good, I guess.
He always looks good. He always looks good. Wait till you see this guy's hair. I had hair like that.
I want to thank you guys, man, for letting me rave.
Hey,
All right, no problem, Kevin, man. Good luck with everything, buddy.
Right.
No problem.
Appreciate it, man.
Just be careful.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right,
You
take
got
care.
it.
Bye now.
Thank you.
All right. If anybody else wants to call in, number 754-704-5258. We're going to be bringing Mr. Brother Latham on in just a moment. I believe Calico is going to be joining us soon, and hopefully Chuck will be, joining in also. So I'm sure that a lot of you might have some questions for him. So you go ahead and, throw it to us, through Facebook. We'll open up the phone lines, and we'll probably take a couple, phone calls in a little while. But, write down some questions that you might have. And, hopefully these guys will, be able to give you the answer that you're looking for. But these guys are, fantastic. There you go. Jeff Parker, Death Rattle with Violin. Haven't heard that. Vanessa Ward. Hello, Vanessa. How are you doing tonight? So where's Chris? Is he
You want to bring him on? Yeah, we can bring him in. Let's. He's standing right there. He's sitting there.
Brother.
How you guys doing?
Hey,
how are you?
Good. Thanks for having us, man. It's good to be on here.
Look at this. I think we spoke. It was it's probably been about 10 months or so. I guess maybe a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
When we spoke and we did the interview for True Rock.
Yeah.
Now we get to actually sit here. You're in your living room, in my living room.
Who knew living rooms can be joined together? The real estate prices are going to go through the roof now.
No, it's crazy. Well, how have you been?
I've been doing good. How are you guys doing? We're hanging in out here.
We're doing great. Where are you? You out in California?
Yeah, we're out in Los Angeles area.
Oh yeah, you guys are in that big lockdown over there. Then.
Boy.
Oh man, yeah. They just extended it up to August, I think now. So it's a navigating process, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I guess it's a necessary evil right now. That has to be done. Too many people are getting sick. Too many people are dying, and it's we all have to do our own part to make sure that not only we're safe, but everybody around us are safe.
Yeah, well, pretty much for the most part, the people that are surrounding me here are, everybody's safe and healthy, and playing by the rules and respecting each other's space. Boy, that never had a meaning until now, did it? Right?
Yeah, true. So what are you doing to defeat the boredom?
Man, I guess you just got to make the best of the time. Of course, playing guitar, and Chuck's been like, when are you going to send those riffs over? And so I've actually been tracking down some stuff for Chucky so I can send it over and we can work on some new music, but also taking care of projects around the house, doing a little bit of work here and there when I can. And just, trying to keep a smile on the face and be positive through this,
Good. But unfortunately, excuse me, the beaches are still sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Put my mask in.
Yeah, you got the Rona now. He gave you the Rona.
Gave him the Rona.
COVID ready, True Rock Revival.
How about that? But the beaches are still closed there, correct?
Well, no, check this out. So you can go to the beach, but
you can't surf.
You can't sit on it. You can't sit on the sand, and you can't sit on the sand or sunbathe, but you can actually go into the water for a second. So you might as well just sit in your car and watch it from, I don't know, with binoculars.
Sitting out there, you can just go and check it out, kind of just.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep, that's the beach. Okay, cool. It's still there.
But you can't do any of your surfing right now.
No, you actually did open it up for some surfing. So as long as you got to keep the distance, but I don't think that should be too much of a problem now.
So you're gonna go out there. You can go out there. And give it
I'm gonna try to get out probably hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I'll see if I can get out in the water, at least go down and see what's going on. It's been a while since I've been out there,
Yeah. Yeah. Say hello to Carolina. She's saying hello to you.
Oh, Carolina, ¿cómo estás? Oh, and Vanessa Ward too. Yes, and Leanne. Oh, hey, ladies. Awesome. Those are our regulars right there. It's like our family.
Yep. All the ladies are checking in for the brother.
Oh, and there's Dan Beauchart. Uh-oh, that guy's trouble.
Wants you to go to the beach.
Yes. Go to the.
Just keep moving. Move along. Move along.
There we go. Okay. I'm. Excuse me, everybody. I'm getting used to seeing how this thing works here. All right. I see where everything's being written down there. All right.
Yeah, it's kind of like multitasking. Here, Abby's usually doing this with me, but she's working on her own music tonight. So I'm riding solo here. So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the computer.
Solo. What am I, chop liver, dude?
Well, hey, Doug's over there. He's doing the important work over
The
there.
production part of it, yeah.
Hey, chop liver, turn the volume up on mic number 2, will you?
Computer going. We've got the mixing board here. We've got the headphone amp. I've got some questions. We got the cell phone up, so I can go ahead and see what's going on there with anybody that might have any questions. And we got the external keyboard.
Awesome. Well, I know Chuck and Callie are supposed to be joining us here any minute.
Yeah, they should be.
Yeah.
Are they in the waiting room, Dougie?
Nope, not yet.
Well, you can never be the first one to a party.
I don't see anybody.
They'll be popping in any moment.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris Vickery, how are you doing, man?
Just going through some comments now.
Yeah, but well, last we spoke.
Jeff wants to know if that's a Corona beard.
It's a Corona.
This is because we're forced to wear mask beard. I ended up having to shave this stuff just so like dang mask can fit on my face and just not scratch all day. Damn.
Yeah. So have you been back to Alaska?
I haven't. I was planning on going up this. I was going to be up in April for a couple gigs with another band, and just to do a little reunion and celebrate one of the venues up there that I grew up with, and that got canceled. And then we were planning a family trip to go visit, hang with my family up there in June. So everything's still kind of somewhat shut down. They're starting to open things up a little bit up there. Everything's play it by ear now, so we'll see what happens. I mean, I definitely am missing it and want to get up there and go hang out for a minute.
How have things been going in Alaska? As compared to some of the other places.
I was just talking with a buddy of mine the other day. It's last I heard, I think it was like only 4 cases up there. So as far as they're not getting hit real heavy with the amount of attacks that this is doing, but they're still taking it, being really cautious. So I know they shut down all the venues and pretty much like they have anywhere else, restaurants and whatnot. But I think they're starting to open things up slowly but surely with minimum attendance, regardless of where you're at and whatnot. But it's again, the population isn't as huge up there, so they're not getting hit as heavy as other territories.
Yeah. Here they just opened up part of Palm Beach County where I live. So up Boca Raton area.
Yeah.
Jupiter area. They opened up some of that. But where my other business is, which is in Broward County, Fort Lauderdale area. That's still closed. That's probably going to be the last part of South Florida to open.
Right.
The governor, he was supposed to, talk about that, I think yesterday or today, but so far they haven't made a decision. So,
yeah, you guys got tagged pretty hard too, right? I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, not as bad as some places, I think, but
Well, here, we have such an elderly population, especially in Palm Beach County where I live.
Yep.
So it hit a lot of them really hard. And there's a lot of nursing homes and assisted living facilities here in South Florida. And a lot of those have been hit pretty hard too. But it's just terrible. We've spoken to several of our friends that are in bands and that other ones that own live music venues, and a lot of them they don't know what the hell they're going to do. You look around, you see big businesses like Sweet Tomatoes restaurant, they're going under.
Yeah.
And they closed. Yep.
Yeah, Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake's done too. Yeah.
You look at that, you see these huge chains, and then here we've got some really outstanding live music venues, but they're mom and pop. The way they're set up, don't know how they're going to survive.
Have you guys heard of Soup Plantation?
Of what?
A Soup Plantation. It's a pretty major chain out here.
No.
They shut their doors down for good from this, and I mean it was pretty surprising. I mean, it's big. It's like it's a big chain, but just to see that the companies like that are going down, and hearing that about half of Los Angeles, I think from what I hear on the news, 50% is out of work right now. That's pretty huge for this area, you know.
Yeah. So here, you know, once things start opening up again, you know, we're hoping that you know, a lot of bands can get out there and start, you know, and start doing their thing. You know,
I know we're looking forward to it, man. We're you know, we got cut off mid sentence pretty much when, you know, when this thing went down.
Yeah.
I think we made it as far as Cleveland, and then
how many shows did you guys have to cancel?
we canceled. We ended up canceling close to 7 shows, and we were, you know, maybe a week in. So it sucked. We tried riding it as far as we could, and it seemed like every time we played a venue, it got shut down. I mean, literally, we got noticed. You guys are the last band. Things are down, and so we went as far as we could until, you know, we finally got the final kibosh, and it's get home. You know.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how things unfold.
Yeah,
especially with like, you know, Shiprock. You know, those shows, it's gonna be interesting. But Doug just messaged me. It looks like we've got Chuck, and looks like we've got Calico in the house.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm gonna bring them on.
Bring them on the screen. It's gonna look like we're the Brady Bunch here in a second. What's up, guys?
What's up, you guys?
Hey, Chuck. Hey, Calico. How are you guys doing?
I know you.
You know that guy up in the top there?
How's it going? I can't hear anybody but anybody. I can only hear Chris.
One,
Hi.
two. Hey.
There you go. Nice. There we go.
Hi, Chucky.
What's happening? Hi, Calico.
Oh, hey, girl. Hey.
Hi, what's up, Quang?
Nothing.
What up, brother Latham?
How are you guys? Hi, Callie.
Hello. It's your turn on Battleship. Chris and I are playing online Battleship together.
Yes, we are.
Aha.
That's
Watch
awesome.
that, man. She'll come from behind, dude, and just crush you.
Dude, she did that to me last time. I think she got like 7 shots in a row.
I pretend like, I don't know where your boats are, and then bam, 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 bam.
I hope you're not using your bat.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I kind of like get competitive with that thing, and I know it's taken a while for her to like do something. I'm like, what's going on? And then I'm going, oh no, she's just gonna kill me. And then it's like bam, 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 and all my boats are blowing up. I'm like,
That's awesome. Can you guys hear me?
yep.
Calico, can you hear me?
Nope, I cannot hear you at all.
Calico cannot hear me.
I see your mouth
at all.
moving, but
She sees my mouth moving, but she cannot hear me. Oh boy. What do we do, Doggy?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Really?
You know, your mic in the center there, your mic is really low, bro.
Yeah, compared to Doug's, yes.
Let's see. Let's see what we got here. What about now?
Still pretty low.
How about now?
There you go.
Any better?
Callie's, yeah.
She's still
What,
can't
Chris?
hear.
You're just gonna have to reiterate the question.
Okay.
All right.
Be the messenger.
Modern technology. I'm sorry that you know that you can't hear me.
First of all, you guys all lied. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this in my pajamas," and they go, "Oh yeah, us too." And then I show up in my pajamas, and like always, I get disappointed.
Awesome. Well, guys, you know, I want to pick up a little bit from the last time we spoke. I don't know if you remember it, you know, Chuck. It was around July 2018, and I'll refresh your memory. Something that we were talking about. We were discussing the video "Death Rattle," and your poor assistant that was working the I guess the canister, trying to pump it to get the goop to shoot out.
Oh.
And then we were talking about that. Then finally, after a while, it finally shot out from, I guess, from your glasses. And you had a comment that you know still cracks me up today. You said that, do you know how hard it is to climax out of your eyeballs?
Oh, Calico, he's talking about he was asking me about our last conversation, which was the Live Fast Die Loud video.
Oh, okay, that
Oh,
one.
And he was talking to me about it, and he said, you know, it was weird because I had these glasses that it was supposed to look like stuff was coming out from my eyeballs, and what happened was it looked more like I climaxed out my eyes, and Calico just happened to like stick her face like right into my face to see what was going on, and it just goes, dude.
That's it.
And she goes, Tell me you got that, so we don't have to do that again. But she stood there for a second to make sure that that they may have gotten a shot.
I tell you what, I have been so trained where it's like it doesn't matter if your head gets chopped off. The head on the floor is like until somebody says cut, you're still talking.
Yeah.
Still doing whatever. So it blasted me in the face, and I knew what it looked like. And I was 3 inches from Chuck's face, and nobody yelled cut. And so I was like, I'm not just going to stand here. So I go, and just wiped it. I was like, let's go whole hog here. We're going.
Yeah, and then I asked her what she did after that. She said that she had tried to gather herself up, and by that she had to go. She just wanted to go jump in the shower, and she said, "Try gathering yourself with a big face of high-powered goop sprayed at you at light speed."
Yeah, she had to go shower off. She said that obviously she was. It was the goop that why she had to shower and cool off, but we all know the reason why. So,
yeah, well, it was like trying to get a booger off her finger,
No, what's crazy is that in Death Rattle, the girls and me were all covered in Todd Junker, who directed that video, had us covered in this like slime, and I still to this day have no idea what it was, but we were all on the ground like we just got
probably don't want to know.
Born. And we were writhing around in this slime, and it looked so good in the lights and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And when it was done, it was like, all right, cut, bye, see ya. And everyone left. And like all 5 of us girls were like.
and all he had was that little shower. And you guys were all in there in your bathing suits. And you know what? It's one of those scenes that I was like, man, this looks so cool. Because they all look like, slippery snakes just coming out of this pod, and it was so cool looking. And I think it's in the video for like a second.
If a second, right.
You should ask him for that raw footage and just, yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you guys should do something with that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we should.
Beasto bloopers.
Yeah. The blooper reels. The blooper reels.
So Chuck,
if there was just a camera following us around on a regular basis, we could have our own TV show.
You guys should. You guys,
just bloopers.
You guys are your own reality show.
Yeah.
So Chuck, what have you been up to?
This is it, man. Hunkered down. I've been quarantined and safer at home, just like the rest of the world. But yeah, man, it's been quite the experience. I kind of was talking to another guy the other day on the interview about the time off that we've had, and we've always sort of talked about, because my life for the last 17, 20 years I've been nonstop touring.
Yeah, I can relate.
Especially with Alice, and Alice is so busy, and I'm so grateful for that. And Calico knows the schedule. It's go, and we always know this time of year we're busy till this time of year, and then Beasto comes along, and then we pick up on all the downtime, and it's been awesome. But I was thinking, wow, I just haven't been home in a while. We talk about it, like Ryan and I and the other guys and Alice, because they're like, everybody just wants just to have a little break would be good, and then. Not what I was intending.
Careful what you wish for.
But the bummer thing for me was that, and I know that I don't want to be selfish, because it has affected everybody in the world, and unfortunately and so sadly it's taking people's lives from us, and it's horrible. But it was just something that I hated this for me to see happen with Beasto, because we worked so hard, and we were out there with our loyal beasts and our fans, and putting this thing together. It's a big project, and we were rolling, man. We were having such a good time, and we were just doing so well, and everybody, as we were moving forward, it was gathering momentum. And I just hate to see it get cut short, because we don't get a chance to tour as much as we'd like to. And I know the fans were really looking forward to it. And
it'll be there again. It'll be there again before you know it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But like myself, it's been really strange. what we were saying, you're saying, 17 years just going like nonstop. For me, it's probably been about 15 years. I'm on my second marriage now. I have 2 older kids, and now with Abby, we have 7-year-old twins, a boy and a girl.
Wow,
And,
congrats, man.
and yeah, they're great, but they're a handful. But being home with them now is something that I really haven't been able to do. So I have my other things that I do. So I'm out of here sometimes at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Get home sometimes 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And this has just been for me. It's been a much needed break.
Sure.
It's unfortunate how it's happened. But
yeah, we talk a lot about that, the break,
yeah.
and what are you gonna, what things can you get from it and take from it, and what did you do while you were on this break?
Yeah.
What have you been up to, Calico, on the break?
Shopping.
Is that a gray sweater?
What is in the box?
Ask her if it's a gray sweater.
Is it a gray sweater?
I got my dick in the box.
I got your dick in a box. No, it's pipe and drape. Actually, believe it or not, almost every room. Well, this is the Cooper household. I'm at home with my family here, and it's everybody. And so you have to imagine every day there's 5 or 6 requests, for the family to do a PSA on this, or Alice to do a PSA on this, or Beasto to do a thing on this. So I'm not kidding. I'll turn the camera. Every room is filled with lights and computers. And I mean, literally every room is set up for interviews because we're all doing an interview right now. Literally, my dad's in this room doing one. My mom's upstairs doing a podcast. So there has not been a moment of relaxation except for my shopping.
Yeah, I could imagine her gray sweater collection has grown, exponentially, over the past weeks.
We all know she loves the gray sweaters, and I think every time we see one, we think
this is the most fun game ever because I cannot hear you. I'm just watching your face and then watching my guys here going, "What did he say? What did he
talking
say?"
about your fondness for gray sweaters.
Oh yeah, it's a massive issue. I'll go to the Goodwill and go directly for the gray long sleeve section, and you're lucky if there's anything left.
Why gray? Why gray?
It's true. It hurts.
Why gray, Calico?
Dude, I'm so emo. I'm like not goth enough for black, and I'm not like hip enough for white, and so I just like live in the gray area. And so I'm just like a gray sweater is like all encompassing. Summer day, little gray. Winter day, little gray. You can never go wrong.
And probably there's probably more of them there. I seem to find a lot of gray. I when I'm on the road or something, I'll walk into H&M or one of those stores, and there's always seems to be gray sweater, and I go, hey, I wonder if she has that one. I know she does.
There is, but the other thing is that everybody I've been around since the day I was born is consistently clad in all black.
Yeah.
Just all black everything, which I dig. I'm into it. But at the same time, I think that was my teen rebellion. I'm like, how about gray?
Stand out.
There you go. There you go. Hey, so you guys have been together now a little over 8 years, right?
Yeah, we've been together. Yeah, since about 2012, 2013. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little tight family.
Yeah, it's very, very
yes,
tight.
It is.
Family.
Yeah, because you guys on off stage talking to you right here, you guys seem like you have a blast. On stage, it's obvious that you guys are up there having a blast. Who's having the most fun out there?
Who's having the most fun out there, Calico?
Yeah, come on, Callie.
What, at my house?
Yeah,
no,
who's having
on stage or on the tour bus or wherever when we're on the road?
Oh well, am I? I don't know, man. I think Sean Sellers, our drummer,
the drummer,
has the best life. I'm not kidding. He wakes up. If you've seen videos, I post videos of him all the time when he doesn't know I'm watching. He gets up, gets coffee, and then like our first truck stop, I'll look out and he's out by the bus like this.
Yeah, singing.
Yeah.
Just vibing. And then when it comes to like sound check, he's like, hey, in the best mood. Then the show, he's like, yeah. And then after, he's like, what? Like, he's always in a good mood.
Hey, Sean is here.
Yeah.
gnarly, dude.
Gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
I imagine on stage he probably has the most. He's probably in the most danger because he's sitting while Calico's swinging the
Actually,
batter out.
anything that who has the most what has the most danger on stage? It's not anything with Calico wielding the bat or us with the any stage effect. It's any electrical equipment that's around Sean, because he loves to sit there and he puts all of his beers and water on the ground and he's playing, and then he grabs his beer and he puts it down and it spills over, and so we keep him away from anything that has any value.
Yeah,
well, Chris, tell him about how he had to build the stopper so his kit wouldn't scoot.
Oh yeah, so Sean has to haul around his own carpet to put his drums on.
Oh,
and
he's a traveling drummer.
Yeah. So and it's this beat up, ragged piece of material now.
Really ties the room together, though.
It does.
Yeah, it really. It's. I love what you did with the place. But he has a piece of 2x4 that's maybe, I don't know, 9 inches long that's been glued, I don't know, 9 million times, and then with a plumber's tape or whatever on there holding it down so it keeps ripping off over the years. But that and his drum throne, I mean, he travels with those things religiously. So
yeah,
because otherwise he'll just scoot forward until he's in front of the front line.
Yeah, otherwise, his whole kit will be moving off the stage.
Lead drummer.
He's gonna be the first drummer to do stage diving.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're giving Night Ranger a run for their money.
Yeah, right.
I think so. So, do you guys have a special rider? On your insurance?
Do we have a special rider? You mean like backstage rider or food rider or something?
No, with like life insurance. With being around, being up on stage, Calico swinging the bat.
He's asking if we have any insurance, liability insurance.
That would not be the first time I've tried to kill Chuck. I've tried to kill Chuck on numerous occasions. I have not been successful yet, but give it time. It says my mic is muted while the video plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Everybody's mic was muted.
So the answer to that is just kidding. The answer to that is I think it's everybody ropes, everybody rides. And so it's like, I don't think if anybody's going to get hurt, it's going to be me. I put myself in danger's way.
Yep. Now we did lose you.
No. Where's she?
Hold on. Calico.
Hello.
There she is.
There you are.
No, I just said if something does manage to go through me, then somebody actually might die. But no, nobody's getting hurt on my watch.
I kind of feel like, it's the rite of passage. And, there's been times where there's been the accidental bonk with the bat.
Okay, first of all, don't be a baby. We're talking about getting hurt.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Not bonked or scratched.
No one's gotten hurt.
Hurt. No. I've gotten hurt.
She's gotten hurt, yes. Yeah.
I got my CO2 gun. I let it it bounced on my naked skin, and it took a chunk about the size of a quarter just right out of my leg.
So,
hurt.
So did Lee. Lee got hurt too. Sorry, our stage manager guy, he got hurt having to hold the connection to the CO2 gun wasn't tight, and the show must go on. So he held that cold stuff with his hands.
And little did he know what he was creating that day, because all of a sudden, I'm watching him, and Calico does her thing, and the CO2 gun goes off, and she's going crazy. And I'm looking at Lee, and he's holding on to it and trying to tighten it. And CO2 is going everywhere, and he's got the mask on. And I'm looking at him, and I'm going, this is beautiful chaos. It looks so. And he's looking at me with this panic in his eyes, like, Chuck's going to kill me. Like, I don't know what I did wrong. And I'm going, this is amazing. Because it looked like just pure chaos, what it's supposed to be.
It was pure chaos.
And what it's supposed to look like. So then all of a sudden he comes up to me after the show, and Lee goes, Chuck, I'm so sorry, man. I forgot to tighten it. And I said,
you told him it was beautiful.
I said, Lee, whatever you do, don't ever change what just happened. That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life, because it was exactly what I wanted. I just didn't know what I wanted, but that's it.
That's crazy.
Meanwhile, he has third-degree burns on his hand from the cold temperature of the.
Wear gloves, kid.
Yeah.
Anybody checking in right now who's new to Beasto Blanco? These guys are absolutely incredible. They're
I forgot we're live.
Just talking to them right now, very entertaining. These guys, what you see is what you get. And on stage, these guys are just absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen their live show, if you haven't seen their videos, you got to check it out. Beasto Blanco. What, guys? BeastoBlanco.com.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, these guys are absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. The energy that they exhibit on stage is. I don't think there's many bands out there that compare at all.
Appreciate it.
Chris.
Yes.
Got a lot of people out here that are listening, that are checking in right now. What's something that your fans would be surprised to learn about you?
Oh man, this would be more of a question from my band members, I think.
Calico, he wants to know. Somebody's asking, and he's asking Latham, what's something that somebody would be surprised to know about Chris? But Chris has to answer. What's something that we would be surprised to know about you, Chris? This is
that we would be surprised?
That we would be surprised.
I like that even better.
About Chris. Chris is going to share a secret here, a little personal secret.
Oh man, I feel like there's like so much non-disclosure with yeah, exactly. Oh goodness.
You didn't have to think that hard, buddy.
I know, but you guys know everything about me. I mean, I'm trying to think of something here.
It's for everybody now. We got new listeners. Let them know something. Let them in on a little secret.
Okay, so all right, so my band members know this, but I'll let the fans know. When I was 9 years old in Alaska, moose are everywhere in Alaska, all through the city, everywhere. And there was this little wire fence that was going around one of the neighbors' yards. And I had to pee, so I peed outside, and my little wingy touched this wire fence that happened to have electricity through it to keep the moose out of the yard.
That's a shocking story.
Exactly, it is a shocking story.
There you go. There's a little secret right there.
Oh,
Chuck, tell us about your tiny boats.
My tiny boats?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You make tiny boats.
You make tiny boats.
The models that I build?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm a hobbyist, man. I when I have downtime, which is very not a lot of it, but when I do, I like to check out. And for a long time, I was into flying radio controlled model airplanes that I would build and fly. And when that's not possible, when the weather's not permitting me to do something like that, I started to build from Dumas websites, boats. Chris Craft's old school 1940s style boats that were like replicas of the real thing.
You still doing it?
I haven't done one in a while, but I'll show you one.
Yeah, cool.
This is big.
He really went to the grocery store, ladies and gentlemen. He had to get some toilet paper.
Yeah. You hear the toilet flush? Oh, okay, I'm back. So I can find the boat.
We did an interview. We did an interview recently. I won't give it any name to it was. But interview we did recently, the guy got up and he walked into the bathroom and flushed.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
So hey, there's a video on YouTube, actually. It says Poor Barbara, and it's a lady doing a Zoom meeting with her work, and she's walking with her computer in her hand, and you can see her, doing one of these things, and she goes into the bathroom, sits down on the toilet, and starts to take a pee, and then goes, and shuts the. She didn't realize what she was doing, and somebody posted it on YouTube.
No, this
Poor
yeah,
Barbara.
Yeah, this guy had no no mercy. He just went ahead and just did what he had to do.
Oh, well. At least you
All right.
didn't piss on an electric fence.
Remember that time, Callie, though, when you had the mic on and your wireless pack was on and she had to. Never
What
mind.
did I do? Did I fart? Probably.
No, you don't do that.
Pop
No,
Fluffy.
What happened?
I've definitely had my wireless on and been talking smack before and forgot about it. Like a lav mic.
Yeah.
I've been like, God, blah, 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 this and that. If I swear to you, don't say that, Mom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crank call.
Yeah, ha, 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 ha,
All right, Chris. If you could start your life, all over again, knowing what you know now, what would you change? Change anything?
The only thing I would do is I wouldn't waste my 20s.
Wouldn't waste your 20s. How'd you waste them?
Well, I think I would have been a little bit more focused, worked a little harder in the 20s so I could focus. A little more focused.
From here on out, everybody needs to focus.
We all need to stay more focused.
We're focused, everybody.
Listen, Chris,
come on.
Focus.
No, I love my life. I'm talking with some wonderful people here. Two of them happen to be some of the best friends that I have on the planet. So, I love everything. Yeah, don't waste the 20s. If anybody that's younger than going through the 20s, don't waste it. Work hard, cruise through your 30s, cruise through the 40s. So the 50s and 60s and on up, all you got to do is just skate.
There you go, man. Chuck, what about you?
Yeah.
Man.
I honestly, man, I think there's a few things that I would change, but I'm pretty happy with the way everything has turned out, only because there's been a lot of adversity in my life. There's been a lot of obstacles in my life, and I'm actually quite impressed of how well and how safely I've landed in most of them. So I try not to focus too much on the past, because the things that I would like to change or would have changed really don't really help me right now. It just sort of that's just sort of like being stuck in the mud. You're just idle. You're not moving forward on that stuff. So honestly, I don't really have an answer for you. I don't think there's anything I would change other than just being grateful for where I am right now, and where I could have been completely different.
Yeah, that's true. That's true
What
with
is
a lot
the
of us.
question?
What about Calico?
Well, if there's anything in your life, would you change? What would it be, if anything?
Knowing what she does
Oh,
now.
knowing what you know now. Knowing what you know now. What was it again, brother?
Knowing what she knows now, is there anything that if she could go back, is there anything that she would change?
Knowing what you know now, would there be if you could go back, would you change?
Oh, yeah. I mean, to both of your points, I think like I had such a unique experience in like my 20s because I spent my entire 20s on tour with the Alice Show. So that was my college. That was my learning experience. And so I learned to be like a person in that environment. Only girl, just a lot of really weird circumstances. It was really great. I wouldn't have changed that at all. But I didn't know that I would end up doing music. I didn't know I was going to end up doing a band. And so if I could change anything, I 100% would learn an instrument, because it's now my brain is like Swiss cheese. And so I sit down, I at the beginning of the quarantine, I sat down. I have a beautiful old piano at my house at home in Pasadena that my grandma gave to me. And I sit there and I'm just, every time I have one too many glasses of wine, I'm like, I play piano. But like, I would love to learn to play. And I got the app, the like learn piano and 10 easy steps. And I think that's meant for people who don't have a Swiss cheese brain, because I sat there and it's like a 5-year-old could have absorbed the information. I woke up the next day like, what is this? So,
what's that smell?
What is it? Is the piano burning?
It's Swiss cheese.
It's literally melting cheese. But I need to stay focused.
Focus, everybody, focus.
Focus. But yeah, I would definitely would have learned to play the piano 100%.
Cool. Tell her it's not too late.
It's not too late, Calico.
It is you. I'm focused, dude. I'm done.
Look, everybody's typing the word Forcus and Farkus and all the hashtag Forcus.
Farkus Gate.
you better apply for a trademark on that.
Jeez.
So when can we expect some new music from you guys?
When can you expect some new music from Beasto Blanco? Well,
yeah.
I still believe that we have a lot of life left in our last record, We Are. And we're still in the process of, mastering that thing. It's so funny. I called Ryan Green the other day, guys, and I left him a message. And he called me back in tears. Ryan Green was a gentleman who produced and mixed our last record, We Are. And I hadn't listened to that album in a while. I don't know when's the last time you guys really just listened to it. And I have found myself, I was listening to it, but I was just listening. Before, when I was listening to the record, I was listening for things. This time, I just found myself listening.
To the whole thing.
Wow, it's so good. And he did such a phenomenal job. And little tiny nuancy things were popping out that I never even heard before. And it was so neat to re-experience those songs again and just how wonderful the experience was. So now I'm all fired up thinking this is a brand new record for me anyway.
Right.
So I still have, and I feel we still have a lot of life in the last record, and we're going to continue to tour on it. But in the meantime, I mean, we're constantly writing and creating, and I don't really have an answer when, but it will happen soon. We're writing as every day goes by. I've got something I'm recording. I'm sure same goes for Calico and Chris. So
yeah, I mean, at this time, we're, like we said, what are you doing with this time? And I think it's like, it's awful, obviously, but what a gift to go, wow, I can really take the time to focus on this and do it. And whether it comes out tomorrow or in whenever, the idea is I'm getting so many ideas and writing them down and calling people, and we're crisscrossing wires. And so I think out of the ashes will come some sort of a brilliant phoenixy record. I hope.
Yeah,
you hope
it will.
So.
Yeah. This is the fun part where we start rediscovering who we are musically. And so now we take all these experiences that we've had, with the show where it was when we left off, and rehearsing these songs off the record We Are, and the show is constantly forever flowing and changing and growing, and so musically that starts to happen. We start to develop. Everybody will think, we need a song like this in the set, or wouldn't it be cool to have something like this or that? So it's really fun now because it's a constant discovery and it's a constant search.
That's cool. So
we left the speechless, didn't we?
Yeah, you kind of did.
Stay focused, dude.
Stay focused.
So when God, if this thing, if they end up let everybody out and get back to normal in the next couple of months, what do you anticipate is going to be your first show? What do you think?
Well, we had to cancel or postpone our March dates, so we're looking to start making some of those back up. Cool. And there are talks about us trying to get back out there in October at some point. So that is our goal right now. I mean, there's a good handful of shows that we're gonna make up in October, and maybe even try to do something in September. Listen, man, it's all speculative right now.
Yeah,
we don't know what anything is, but
most of those shows local.
Yeah, they're U.S. Yeah, of course.
U.S. states, yeah.
Yeah, and I think as soon as the gates open, whether it be floodgates or just a door, whatever happens. We'll have to evaluate what is the safe thing to do, what's going to protect us and our fans, and how are we going to do this, and what does it all look like? At this point, we're all eager to get back out and play and get in a room together and tour and do what we do best. But until we know we're going to have an audience and everybody's going to be protected and safe, then that's when we'll proceed. But we're ready.
Yeah. When's the last time?
I keep reading. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Callie.
Go.
I can see the mouth moving.
Sorry.
You at me? You
Yep.
me? You
Callie.
me?
You're up, Cal.
I was saying, I keep seeing all these, amazing questions down at the bottom, and I'm like, ooh, but and I want to answer them. But yeah, I saw something that I wanted to answer where it says, how did we create our characters?
Yeah.
Our stage characters, and just
that was
real
actually
quick,
one of the questions I was going to ask you guys. But go ahead.
Somebody just asked me that the other day in an interview, and it like dawned on me that like it just keeps evolving. And honestly, meeting you guys and watching your reactions and how you sing along and how you like react to us, kind of for me changes it. You know what I mean? More of that, less of that. And I mean, I've always been inspired by super dorky stuff. I'm such a big dork, like Mortal Kombat, Magic the Gathering, and those visuals are so like hiya, 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 hiya. I'm such a cheap shot. I'll get you in a corner and just sweep your leg for like 20 minutes.
Katana over here.
But in short, like, everybody's got a character. I mean, Chris is like the lone gambler, and Chuck is Beasto, and I'm the machine girl. And I just love that there's a world where these people exist in it. And I think that our next step is to sort of do some sort of a massive, like a short film or a massive video sort of explaining the genesis of how these people got to where they are. So that's coming soonish as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right. One more for you guys.
One more question. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Which one of you would be the most useful in a zombie apocalypse?
Which one of us would be the most useful in the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're a complete unit.
You're a unit.
He's very focused.
You know, when one of us lose focus, the whole group lose focus. So,
well, think about it. It's like it would be the perfect cast to an apocalypse movie, because you got Wilderness Chris up there who can like know which berries you can eat and which ones will kill you on a poison dart. And then you got the mechanic down here that's like, I will build fire. And like he can like make weapons and very
Little
strategic
boats.
and everything like that. And then, yeah. And so they handle that. And then I'm sort of like the tactician, where I look ahead and I go, mathematically, there's no way we can make it from point A to point B in 6 seconds unless we have a catapult. Like that.
Yeah. Sean will make sure that there's that nobody drinks bong water.
No, he'll make sure there's plenty of bong water.
Hey, you guys, man, don't drink this water out of this container, man. I know you like the taste of it.
Meanwhile,
I'm not looking at his neck, man.
We're all doing that, and Jan's out there actually killing zombies. He's like, no!
Look at Jan over there, man. He's good. You go, buddy. Go get him.
Got your 6, bro. Got your 6.
Got your 6.
There's one behind you. Look out. It's a funny question, because actually we were on tour, and what we thought was the beginning of these zombie apocalypse. I mean, when this pandemic happened, remember, we're in this big, massive tour bus that's, called a bandwagon. So it looks like something that would be the ultimate weapon for, the zombie apocalypse. And we would roll in. Remember the last couple of days? And we roll into that Target,
creepy,
and everybody's just looking at us. And all I wanted was a couple of guys on the roof, just
hanging out.
Step away from the vehicle. So we're ready, man. I think that we're already prepared. Just with our own, our locker, that we have all our equipment in, has plenty of stuff there that they'll supply us with. Weapons and things to take care of ourselves during the zombie apocalypse. But let's be honest, what will probably happen is the zombies will fall in love with us, and we will be one big happy family.
There you go.
And we'll use them in the show for free.
That's right.
That's it.
Awesome. That's a great way to wrap this up. You guys are insane. Everybody out there, Beasto Blanco. We got Chris, Chuck, Calico. It's been great talking to you guys. You guys
Thank you.
You guys are Calico's in there doing this. You guys are absolutely
Let's
amazing.
pretend like we should pretend like we're doing something, and then she's
Just all the three of us.
No, this is the zombie apocalypse.
Wait, the three of us. No, the three of us right now just freeze. Don't do anything. Just freeze. Stop.
They said reenact the zombie
just freeze.
apocalypse. So I was just running through the house.
there you go.
Okay.
Did you remember to get the Doritos?
Now turn around and go back and get the Doritos. Oh,
Where? I don't see him. Where are they?
Okay, calm down. Breathe. Easy. It's over there to the left. Look there. You got it? Okay, hurry back.
hey, grab the peanut butter too, Callie. Peanut butter.
Oh shit! Okay. I got
This is why we need each other when it comes to all this. You see, we work hand in hand.
And real quick, just so you know, this is exactly what happens when somebody has an idea. Nobody in this band will ever go, oh man, that's stupid, or I don't know. It's like all of a sudden everybody's brain starts to fill up with ideas, and this is what happens.
And then it all just shoots out.
Oh
like
yeah, we
It shoots out like a big old splooge from the eyes.
Look, I made ribs.
Oh, damn, girl.
Hey,
Look at that. Awesome.
I made soup from a can.
You're never gonna survive this apocalypse.
I have you. I'll be fine. You make ribs.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Perfect.
I'll go get the
All right,
antelope
everybody.
she cooked.
Everybody,
Yeah.
make sure you check out
Don't
the
piss on no
album.
fences.
Everybody, make sure you check out the album We Are. It's an awesome album.
Yes.
Hopefully, we see you guys out there sooner than later, picking up where you left off, because you guys still have a lot to showcase for that album.
Thank you so much, and
Amen.
thank you for having us on here. Thank you to your listeners for taking the time to check in on us. And BeastoBlanco.com, and check us out on all the socials, Spotify, all that stuff, YouTube. Check out the videos directed by Miss Calico Cooper, and we've got a lot of stuff we're working on in the for the future for you guys. So a lot of visuals and a lot more music, and just can't wait to get back out there and hit it.
Looking forward to it, guys.
Amen.
Hey, all of you, be safe, please. Be safe, and we're just looking forward to some
Chris,
more great
answer
music.
your battleship thing. I'm waiting for you.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Bye.
All
Bye.
right, guys, you be good.
See you, brother.
See ya. Beasto Blanco. Those guys are a trip. Doug, you just been introduced to Beasto Blanco. What do you think?
They were pretty cool.
They're very cool, and great band. And what you see there, that's who they are. They have a blast. They put out great music.
We definitely got to go see them when they're
Yeah.
touring again.
Yeah, you have to. They're just really, high energy, really high energy, and great musicians. Here in this band, Chuck's playing guitar with when he's with Alice's band, he's playing bass. And I spoke to him a couple of years ago. He said that it was quite a transition for him, but I think he's done pretty well with it. Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
So Dougie, what are you doing for the rest of the night?
Nothing. What time is it? I don't even know what to do. What are we? 8:00 Eastern.
It's 8:14. Maybe go do your hair tonight.
Yeah, I already did my hair.
Yeah, I'll go do mine too.
Yeah. Well, you got to get that shine off your forehead there, dude.
Well, hey man, you're not over here putting the powder on me like you usually do.
I'm going to put the powder on you. Trust me. Yeah.
All right, Dougie. This is Live Stream Entertainment TV, True Rock Revival Magazine.
This was episode 4.
Yes. Also want to give a shout out to our friends over at Maverick Apparel. Maverick Apparel, those guys are awesome. They also represent some really outstanding bands these days, so you got to go check them out. Maverick Apparel online. They're absolutely great. So go on their Facebook page, give them a like. Go on Livestream Entertainment TV, give Doug a like, and we will talk at you again. I don't know, either next week or in a couple weeks from now. And looks like we've got pretty cool show lined up. We're not going to give any details right now, but looks like we've got something pretty cool lined up for our next show.
Cool. I guess I'll see you on the flip side, my friend.
I will see you too. You have a good night and you be careful. All right, everybody. Thank you for checking in, and we will hopefully see y'all soon. All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
It's a clear-cut sign. Don't mess with the girl when she needs alone time. When the gate gets shut, that's a cue to leave. Let me work on my shit, voluntary quarantine. Went out on the road instead of staying school. They pay me for my evil, so I don't take it out on you. They're trying to crack the rib, trying to break my back, but they can't lay me out without some payback.